Book 1, Sky Dream Icy Worm. Chapter 3.2. The Million-Year Soul Ring. The Sky Dream Icy Worm sighed. Unfortunately, brother still suffered a tragedy. Breaking through to a million-year soul beast was actually a double-edged sword. Although I managed to barely break free from their control, my lifespan suddenly reached its end due to the heavenly tribulation that abruptly arrived. If I wasn't able to preserve my life with other methods, I would have died soon from exhaustion. It was also at this moment when brother met you, a young fellow. Although you were pitifully weak, brother had no other choice. Yet, you also had a spiritual type attribute. Hence, brother could only work hard to merge with your body. No matter which way you look at it, those bastards can't obtain this brother's most precious thing. Pure Yuhao had already forgotten his fear from earlier as he listened to the Sky Dream Icy Worm's story. He felt righteously indignant as he said, "They're too despicable. How could they be like this? They actually trapped you for almost 10,000 years. The Sky Dream Icy Worm felt that his anger gave them common ground as he said, "Exactly. Although brother is quite cute, quite handsome, and quite strong, they simply can't treat brother as food. Things are good now though. On the whole, I've managed to escape and not allow them to obtain brother's body. Pure Yuhao, although you're young and your abilities are still lacking, it's fortunate that you're still pure. Brother will treat this as a plan to raise you up. When you're strong in the future, you must help brother get revenge. Didn't they rely on my soul force to evolve? In the future, turn them into your soul rings and soul bones." Humphrey. Pure Yuhao had no hesitation at all as he answered, "I'll definitely help you get revenge after I grow up." This relationship between man and beast had rapidly deepened due to this slightly odd yet miraculous story. In reality, although the Sky Dream Icy Worm had lived for 1,000,000 years, it had only met with a few soul beasts after all. Even though its intelligence wasn't inferior to that of a human's, how could it know that humans had sinister hearts? If a human had encountered fortunate events like the Sky Dream Icy Worm had, he would absolutely not reveal his story so easily. Choosing a kid like Pure Yuhao, who was practically as white as a sheet of paper, was actually quite lucky for it. Brother Sky Dream, I still don't understand a few things. Since you're so strong, you had to seal your own power to become my soul ring. Just what's the matter with this? Can you still bestow a soul skill to me? After losing his fear, an even greater sense of curiosity filled Pure Yuhao's heart. The Sky Dream Icy Worm laughed cunningly as he said, "Brother naturally has a way. Since I've been planning this for so long, I've already prepared the proper arrangements. After obtaining some experience from blowing those humans up, I realized that all of my help will have to focus on your safety. I already have no way of retreat now. If you die, I die too. My original soul force was almost fully drained by those soul beasts from the great Stardew forest. Otherwise, your body wouldn't have been able to withstand my power, even if I'd sealed it. When I merged with your body, most of the energy that entered you was my origin energy and my spiritual energy. Can you see those 10 balls of light? They're the 10 seals that I've set up. If you look at it from another angle, it can be said that I've already bestowed you the power of your first soul ring. However, you're temporarily unable to use it. This also means that, although your first soul ring is a 1,000,000-year soul ring, it currently doesn't have the might of a 1,000,000-year soul ring. However, the energy that I've sealed within your body will gradually disperse as your cultivation improves, which in turn will increase the might of your soul ring. It might even increase the might of your future soul rings. After all, the energy that I've accumulated over 1,000,000 years is simply too enormous for you." Pure Yuhao blinked his eyes and said, "I still don't fully understand what you're saying." The Sky Dream Icy Worm unhappily said, "Idiot. I'll repeat the simple points again. Your body, which has currently obtained its first soul ring, can only withstand the soul ring of a 400-year-old soul beast at most. Thus, the realistic might of your first soul ring is a 400-year soul ring. After you make a breakthrough you'll be able to withstand the might of a 1,000-year soul ring, so your first soul ring will become a 1,000-year soul ring. Your first soul ring will follow the amount of energy that your body can withstand, and will increase accordingly. In other words, your first soul ring can evolve at any time, and your future soul rings will also have this benefit. Of course, this evolutionary energy that I can bestow upon you is limited. The stronger the soul ring you obtain in the future, the more energy you save for me. Using the energy that I sealed within your body, it can at most help increase 10 of your soul rings reach the 100,000-year soul ring rank. Ah? So many? We soul masters can only possess 9 soul rings at most, no? Huo Yu spoke with a startled tone. The sky dream ice worm snorted coldly and loftily said, "That's only true for ordinary people. You're already no longer an ordinary person, ever since brother merged with you. A single martial soul can naturally only absorb only 9 soul rings. However, you currently don't just have a single martial soul. After killing a 100,000-year soul beast, you will both obtain a soul bone and a 100,000-year soul ring that contains 2 soul skills within it. You should know this." Huo Yu nodded his head. The sky dream ice worm said, "As a million-year soul ring, and an unprecedented intelligent soul ring, I'm obviously stronger than them. Not only can my incarnation, which is your first soul ring, undergo unlimited evolution according to the condition of your body, it can also bestow 4 soul skills to you. However, I have no soul bones that I can give to you. Instead, I can give you another martial soul." Huo Yu had already predicted that a million-year soul ring would benefit him greatly, but he'd never thought that it would be to this extent. A soul ring that could undergo unlimited evolution had already caused him to be ineffably happy. Yet, the greater surprise was actually in its other benefits. 4 soul skills and an extra martial soul. Just what kind of concept was this? Since the 4 soul skills belonged to the first soul ring, their might would inevitably evolve as his first soul ring evolved. They were abilities that could be used forever. And, an extra martial soul could simply be described as a miracle. It was equivalent to turning him, who only had the spirit eyes martial soul, into a genius who had twin martial souls. Adding another martial soul would mean that he would have at least 9 additional soul rings, which would give him 9 more soul skills. How can a 100,000-year soul ring even compare to the strength amplification of this million-year soul ring? Although his own strength was still weak even after obtaining these amplifications, and required him to slowly increase it, this million-year soul ring undoubtedly opened a great door to the heavens for Huo Yu, allowing him, who'd originally had mediocre talent, to have a future of unlimited possibilities. The martial soul that I've bestowed you with is ice, but it's ice that currently doesn't have a soul. The words that the sky dream ice worm said next pulled Huo Yu back from his happiness. Ice that doesn't have a soul? What's that? Huo Yu had a look of doubt on his face. The sky dream ice worm said, "This means that the martial soul I've bestowed you currently only has an attribute, but not a form. When you absorb your first ice-type soul ring, the form of your second martial soul will be finalized. The soul beast of the soul ring you absorb then will thus become your second martial soul. This also means that your second martial soul will definitely be a beast soul. You don't have to worry about this, I've already thought about it for you. However, your current cultivation isn't sufficient. Once your strength is higher, I'll take you to complete your first ice-type soul ring. Now you should understand why I said that I wouldn't have enough energy to amplify your soul rings. Because of this, you must be extremely careful when choosing your soul rings, and you should listen to my suggestions.